So how about this for something a little bit different? I'm currently stood inside Station Lake at Lavender Hall Fisheries. Now this is their main carp lake, so it's their specimen lake. Had about 25-30 carp in here. You know, it wasn't the easiest lake to catch fish out of. They had a lot of roach near and stuff, so the lake has been completely drained for maintenance, and while it's drained, what an opportunity for me to have a little nose round. I can have a look how deep the silt is, I can have a look at some of the bars, some of the gravelly areas tight up against the islands, but more importantly, I can show you guys why it's so important to feel the lead down and know exactly what you're fishing on. So to start off with, let's have a little nose round the lake. We'll have a look at some of the island spots, wander around the islands, look how the gravel is up against them, how steep it is, how far undercut it is. So let's have a little nose and see what we can find. So one of the things I've got with me, as you can see here, this is one of the Signet prodding sticks. Now normally I would use this out of a boat, but what's quite handy is it's got these markers on 3 foot, 2 foot, 1 foot, and I can just show you just how deep the silt can be. I'm also going to use it to protect myself when I'm walking around here. As you can see, the lake is got some areas that have still got water in. Unfortunately, due to the weather, it's a little bit frozen, so the silt's going to be a little bit of a crusty layer, but hopefully we'll find some areas where the sun has got to it enough to make it as it would be underwater. Obviously when you're underwater, then that silt is going to be softer again, because obviously the water will make it softer and fluffier. But let's have a little nose around the islands and see what we can see. All right, let's have a little look around this first island. So you can see already that there's always quite a lot of stuff overhanging, but look at those roots, just look at them. No wonder when you fish tight to an island why you can get snagged up so easily. But coming off from them roots, you can see there, that looks like a root for some sort of reeds. As I said, they're reeds or lily pads there. Look at them. But just look at that. Look how dense those roots are. So if you were fishing to this island, and you got what you thought was the absolute master cast that just clipped the island, you actually could be fishing in all those roots. So something to maybe pay attention to when casting to islands is what trees are on the island. So you can see here, there's a silver birch there, I think that's called. I'm not a tree expert, someone's bound to correct me on that. But those trees, if there's trees like that tight to an island, right on the edge, you can guarantee, sticking out the bottom, it's going to be roots like that. So just looking at the peg, where I've just got in the lake, you can see there, it's what we'd call a nice big gravel bar. And just before it is some silt. Now this is where you cast out, you're obviously using your marker lead, you feel the gravel, you clip up, you cast out again, you feel a nice drop. The importance of landing on that is if you're casting onto something like that, let's see if we can get over there. I've got to watch this silt because I know it's going to be pretty deep. So I'm stepping into the silt now. You can see my boots nearly in, so that's nearly a foot deep. Cutting across here. Now it is a bit firmer. Oh, no, there we go. Down to my knee. Woohoo! Oh, that's sticky. Oh, look at that. Oh. So currently, I'm out from the peg where I got in, so that's where I got in the lake there. This here, although it looks a bit like water, it's actually the ice on top of the silt. And I'm currently walking across what is a lovely, nice, firm gravel bar. So if I just get to the edge, which is here before the silt, and you can see there, it's a lovely gravel bar right in the middle of this area between that island there and that peg over there. Now if you're casting out to something like this, this is where you'd be dragging it back and you'd feel that donk, 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 donk of the gravel. So this is your lovely gravel bar. Be really nice to fish over, and obviously if you present something on this, you know, you 95% of the time your bait is presented perfectly and you know that you are in with a chance of catching a fish. However, if you are not accurate, and this is why it is so important to feel a lead down. I crossed over at this point here from the island, and you can see my footprints there where I've walked through the silt. Now the silt is a little bit firmer than what it normally would be because there's the ice on top. So it's actually got a little bit firmer than when I was here a couple of days ago. But that silt there, as you can see by my boots, is about 1.5 feet deep. Now if you drop your lead and you don't feel it come down nice and firm on something like this, you're landing in that. Now people talk about fishing in the silt, but if you're fishing a lead clip with something like a 6-inch hook link, there's a good chance that that lead clip is getting pulled down, is going down into that silt, and so is your hook link, and you will be 95% less chance of catching a fish than feeling that donk and landing on something like this. Now let's have a wander along there and just see what sort of depth we're getting from the silt over there. See, interestingly here, look, That looks like it's the home of something. It's a big lump of clay. Very different. Let me just get round here so you can see it better. That is a really weird sort of lump. It's got lots of very small holes in, which could say to me that things are living in there. I don't know if you can see that very well. There we go. Like that, a little bit of random old clay pipe there. Don't know where that's come from. But you can just see these sort of things that are in the bottom of the lake that you would never know were there. You know, causing hazards. This here is the end of that bar. There's a few of these mounds. Let's just give that a good kick so you can see what that is. That there, look. Just look at that. That there is a big lump of clay that is surrounded by a slightly softer gravelly area. Just look at that. You know those fish are going to be loving that clay. And they're looking to have a little bit of a rub. Got that nice clayey area right at the end of this bar. You can see the bar just comes out, and it does go a little bit softer this end of the bar, but it is a lot. You'd still be very happy presenting on this. However, oh, you can just started sinking a little bit. This is icy. See this here, just off that, but look at that, just off that bar. Look at that, just off that bar. That is some seriously soft silt. Now again, if you're not feeling, you could feel a donk down in this, you know, because it's going to go through that quite easily and hit. But if you're not feeling it really well, that's where you want to be. Go a little bit too far and you're in this real sticky, melty sort of silt. Here we go, there's another little bar. You can see that bar, look, just goes out here and round all the way across to over there. It's hard to see with that sunshine, sorry, it's not the best angle. Coming back, so if you were fishing, say, that peg there, it'd be a lovely, nice, clear spot to be able to present a bait. Everyone is obviously always wanting to fish to an island, so let's have a look at this other island once again. Now you can see here, this is silt again, okay, and that feels very soft. So of course, if you cast in there and you get it a little bit too far, you're straight into this silt. Let's walk across and have a look. Now this is where I walked the other day, and I know this is some deep. See, look, my boot is going in a long way there. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh no. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh. Oh, this is hard work. The ice is making it a little bit. Oh. So look at this, look, just look at this. You're landing in that and you're using a big lead. You're not presenting a bait, are you? And that just shows that this is just a very small channel between that firm area there, leading up to the island. There you see the island and the drop off of the island. Really nice little ledge there. That'd be a great place to present a bait. But you can see how quickly it drops off again. So of course, making sure you are tight enough, but not so tight that you get to the reeds. I need a rest trying to get through this. Oh, I've got to brought my walking stick. Oh, leg's stuck. Oh, it's stuck again. Oh, this is hard work. Oh, it's hard work. Here we go. All right, let's get my leg up. Oh, look at that. Just look at how much silt's there. Oh, and that is literally that small journey there, look. So you can see where I've just walked from that, where that bar finishes, straight across here. Look how deep that silt is. Now I imagine that most lakes are like this and have an area like that. So obviously if you're fishing to that, you go just that little bit too far, you're going to be in something like this. And your chances of catching a fish are by far less than what they are if you manage to find somewhere that's nice and firm. So let's have a look around this island. Whew, so you can see, look at that, look how it drops off. Now that'd be quite a hard area to find. A little bit undercut there, but that ledge there, just look at it. That'd be lovely for presenting on. Again, it just shows that you don't want to be too tight to the islands. So you can see around here, look at that. All that roots. You know, people talk about, oh, you got to be super tight, super tight. If you're too tight, you're not presenting in that, are you? You know, you're just going to get snarled up, you're going to lose tackle and leave a load of line in the lake. They have cleared quite a lot of the stuff that they found already. But that there, what a lovely spot, look. Right next to the island, fish patrolling, beautiful. Oh, well, it's all dirty. What else we got? Look at that. Look how undercut that is there, look. Ugh. Oh, look at me, I've got silt all over my hands. Disgusting. Disgusting, hold on. Right, let's get this bit of bush out of the way. Look at that. See how far that goes. You've got a good 2 foot underneath there. If a fish wasn't happy, he'd be hiding. Just stick his nose under that. Have a little hide. You can see again, all these roots, look. Look at all them. So again, when you're fishing tight to these islands, always be aware that there's a lot of roots knocking about. Wandering through. Again, nice areas. Oh, bits of clay pipe. There's a lot of bits of clay pipe everywhere. Again, look how undercut that is. Plenty of place for fish to hide. Wandering around then. Now as I come further around this island, this is still a very silty area. I know that from... Oh no, I put the wrong end in. Oh, I'm just going to get covered in muck. You can see again, look at that. Look how deep that silt is. Well, that's nearly up to the... That's just past. It's nearly up to the 3 foot. You've got 2.5 foot of silt there, and that hasn't took very much pressure at all to go in there. So you can imagine what a lead travelling at speed would do. Right, let's carry on round. Oh, stuck again. Oh, come on, get out. Come on, Bonesy. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, having another little nose. Look at this gravel. Lovely clean gravel, look. But it is on it's quite a slope. You don't realise just how steep these slopes can be. You know, places like this, that's obviously a bit of a, look at that. That's obviously an area they like to feed, because that there, you see that? Looks completely different to the area there and the areas around it. So that to me looks like a really nice little feedy hole where the fish seem to find something there. You can see it's been dug out here, dug out here, dug out there. Yeah, that's definitely something they like there. What we've got, sand. It's really sandy there, really completely different to the other bits. No clay, just sand. Let's carry on with our little wander. Whew. So, we're now on the point of this island. You can see there's a big double peg there, another peg over there, another one there. Nice firm area in the middle. Now I know that's firm because I walked out on there the other day with Tom. And again, this silt along here is fairly deep. It's not as deep as that bit I just got stuck in, but it is deep. And then you've got all this round here, look. Now look at these, look at this ledge here on this point, this island. What a lovely place that is. You can see it's fairly level. You know, your leads aren't going to move too far in this sort of amount of stone. I mean, I've fished here a couple of times and I know it was quite gravelly, but that is a lot of gravel, isn't it? Look how quick it drops off. Wallop. You know, but what a lovely area. Whew. I don't know about you, but I'm tired from doing this. More pipe work over there. That island's completely different, look. Look how quick it drops off on that island. Let's see if we can get round there. Let's have a wander around this one again. So you can see this is different here. So we've got the reeds here. So whereas the other side of the island has got a lot more tree growth close to it, this side of the island doesn't. And once again, as I get down here, see those reeds, the fish will be really happy feeding in here. You know, these reeds will fold over, so it's not quite as hard to, you know, you don't tend to get as caught up as you would do in, say, the roots like that. So coming all the way around, look. Look at that for an undercut. Ooh, yes, yes, hidey hole. Ooh, look at that. You know there's fish hiding under that. But what's strange is this is quite, oh look, now I've got mud all on my jumper, it was clean. So from here, oh, there's a little bit of line, look. This is one of the reasons they've drained it, so they can get all the bits of line out. where people have tried casting up to the islands and got caught up. So let's have a little nose. Let's have a little nose around here. There's a lead, look. Hello. Oi oi. Little lead, look. Right, let's carry on. So here's another one. So if you're fishing from over there on that peg, I don't know if you can see that with the light the way it is, with the peg over there, casting across here to this island, you need to be fairly close to it, look. So that sticks out about a metre and a half. Again, some of this clay pipe knocking about. But you can also see the roots tight up close. You know, look at this area, lovely. Lovely place to present a bait. It's a little bit warmer and they're up tight against the island. Really nice. But again, if you come up short, just look at that. Look at that silt, look at that silt. So this gives you a better idea now, because we've got a bit of water. Let's just get the ice out of the way. Look at that. So that literally is what your silt's normally like. Look how easily I go into that. You know, you're not going to be, I mean, a fish will feed in silt, but that, you've got a much less chance of catching a fish in that than what you have if you can present it on something clean like that, or somewhere like that. If you can find that area where it just meets, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to walk across here. I mean, oh no, that feels deep. Oh, that does feel deep. Oh. Well, I'm sinking. No, I'm sinking again. Let's get out. I think I can go across there. Oh dear. Right, I'm currently on the other side of this island, and you can see out in front of me that I've got quite deep silt there, and there is this channel here that it's only got a little layer of silt on top of it, probably about an inch, so I wouldn't have any problems fishing on top of that. There's been some form of animal here, look. Those of you will be able to spot that. Might even be Tom's dog, to be fair. And then this area, it's obviously really nice. It's very shallow here. I'd say it was probably only a foot deep, but look at the difference. This is all sand. You can see there they look like, I think they are a lily bed. So this would have been an area that was very easily to lose fish, but I'm sure the fish absolutely loved hiding out the back. You can see there, lovely snag for them to get underneath. Just a fallen tree from the island. These are the sort of thing Tom's going to be sorting out while the lake's empty. Look at that, that's really sandy. This is all sand, and as you walk down, go sand, 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 and then you're on clay. Oh no, this is still sand. So you go sand, sand, sand. This is all sandy, look. Completely different to the area over there that's all clay, and the area that's in the corner, which is all gravel. How these lakes are so different, it's incredible, isn't it? You're looking around this lake and it's so different. You know, I'm just walking around this bit now, and it's the shale up here is a lot smaller, look. This is much smaller gravel on this side of the island than around the other side, where it's got lots of big stones. We're now getting a little bit siltier again here. So you can see here that nice firm spot that was over there where I crossed. But now all of a sudden, we're back in deep silt. Look at that. Now obviously it's a bit firmer because it's dried out a little bit, but this is silty, silty, silty. And then over there, it's a lot firmer. So again, your lead work is so important, to be having a look with your lead, knowing what you're casting onto and feeling that ever important donk. I really can't stress to you enough how important feeling the donk is. So let's carry on around here. Yeah, look at this, look at that, that's completely different. We've got real sandy, fine gravel around here. Again, some of them clay pipes. I don't know where they're all from. Maybe it was the Romans. So at the minute, I am stood in the middle of what is a really nice little raised area, plateau, that is in between pockets of silt. It's completely surrounded by silt, but this area is nice and firm. And what's amazing, and this is amazing to be in this lake. I feel so privileged that I've been allowed to come and do this, because it's opened my eyes so much that just over there, we've got that really sandy, light gravel. Over the back of the lake, you've got really big stones and clay. And then here, I've got a really firm clay area with a little bit of mixture of stones in. Not much sand here, it's all clay, and that's in a little lake of 2.5 acres. So you imagine when you're fishing on one of 20 acres, how many different areas are in there. I think that what this video has done for me and what my time in this lake has done for me is definitely made me think so much more about areas within areas. So you've got that little carp hole, you've got clay areas that are in the middle of the bars, you know, you've got sandy areas, you've got nice big plateaus like this. You know, I already am aware of how important filling the lead down is, but being in this lake has really opened my eyes to just how deep silt is. So when you're casting into the silt and you're feeling that's not good enough, you need to feel that donk when you're fishing, especially with a lead clip. You could get away with fishing in that silt if you're using something like a helicopter rig and you've got the bead quite high up, maybe 2 or 3 foot, the lead will plug in, and if you're using a nice balanced bait, that balanced bait will sit on top of that silt. But for me, finding a nice area like this gives you uber amounts of confidence. You can present a rig perfectly, you can get a little bit of bait there, and hopefully you can get more fish on the bank. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video showing this lake drained. Don't forget, I want to hear from you guys in the comments. I want to know what you think about the lake, what you think about fishing in the silt, what you think about finding areas. Get in the comments, I'll reply to everybody that puts a message up, and hopefully this has helped you guys get a few more fish on the bank.